and welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to travel when you have your period, what to take, and how much of it to take. And depending on how long you go, that totally depends on what you take, like how far you go, how long you go for, and also depending on your flow, your age, and that sort of stuff. And your, what's the word? Sexual activityness, or like whatever you call that. Anyway, this is what I take on my period and easy with me. It is very full because I am a girl and you never know when it's going to come on you if you're not on the pill. I am on the pill, but I'll also take this for me in case my friends get it surprisingly, or like a stranger, like anyone. Like I just always have it with me. I have one in my car, one in my bag, and the one that I have in my bag I use when I go away, and that is this. So I'm going to show you what I take in this and what they are. So the first thing I have in here are about 1,000,001 overnight pads. I am a tampon girl, but I use pads overnight just because it's more comfortable and you don't have to get up halfway through the night and change your tampon because it's too full, and there goes the tampon. So I have these. I think these are Libra. No, not Libra. What's the other brand? Carefree? I don't know, something like that. But that's this. And these are overnight ones. That's what the label says on the packaging. And this is what they look like. So when you open it up, this is how big it is. And it may look like a diaper, but it certainly is not. It acts as one, but you don't feel it. You don't feel bulky or anything. And as you're in pajamas, it's not going to show up when someone comes over, because you should wear loose pajamas and not shorts when you have your period, because that's disgusting. But it is enormous. And if I just open this up, that goes on your bum part of your underwear, and the wings go wrapped around the middle part of your underwear. So they are wrapped around your undies so they don't move while you're lying sideways or lying whichever way you want, really. But this is just a lot cleaner, and I think it's a lot more secure. Everything stays in place, nothing moves around surprisingly, and you're not super uncomfortable through the night. So yeah, that is a night pad, and I carry a lot of them with me, and also depending on how many nights I go for, I will carry the needed amount for those nights. The next thing I have in here is a little pack of these babies. What are these, you ask? Well, I will show you. They come in a little bag themselves, and then I get about 4 or 5 of them, 5 in this case, of little tiny panty liners. Now I use these when my period is finishing, or right at the start, like when it comes, like just say I get it on the Monday, I'll have one of these in Sunday night just in case, rather than a huge one, because I'll only get a little bit because I am on the pill, but they can come as a surprise a day or two early. So I have these so that when it's finishing, I don't leak all over the place, so I don't have to have a tampon in or a massive pad in overnight. I just use these, and these are a lot smaller than pads, as you can tell, and they're not enormous, and they just sit on your undies. They don't have wings. They just sit there very comfortably. They just sit right in the middle of your undies. They don't move because they're a tiny little piece of fabric, but I change these a lot more often than regular pads. I would probably change these every 2 hours. I'm not sure. I hardly have to use them, but that's how often I would change if I used them frequently, because I wouldn't want some icky, yucky shit going on down under. And I just keep them in their little bag for when I need them, because that doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's cute. The next thing I have in here are sanitary bags. A lot of people won't have these, but I do, because I just do. These came from a hotel when I went away with a girlfriend once. They just come in an environmental friendly little bag thing, but the bag itself is not environmentally friendly. But then I have these little doggy bags. They're not actually doggy bags. They are for periods. And when you go to the bathroom, you just put your pad or whatever. I've got 50 here. You just put your pad or tampon in here. Once you've finished in the bathroom, you just chuck it in this little bag. get little strings, tie them up like you would a rubbish bag, and so no air can seep out, because otherwise it will reek, and that is really super disgusting. You just tie it up, make sure no air can get out, so it's nice and tight. Obviously this isn't, because there's nothing in there. But yeah, you just tie it up so no odor gets out, and so it doesn't reek out the whole bathroom where you are. And I carry about 4 of them. And they're really good when you go to a friend's house or a hotel, because then, like, the hotel cleaners aren't going to snoop through the bin and see what's in there, because it's hidden in a little bag. But if it was, like, just out there, they would see it. And your friend's parents, when they clean out their bins, they're not going to be like, oh my god, that's such and such's friend, that's not my daughter's. Like, they're just not going to make a huge deal of it. They're not even going to second guess it. And especially if it's a mum cleaning it out. If you go to your boyfriend's house, that's really good. If you don't want to put it in the bin, don't. These bins do have, these bags do have a smell to them. I'm not sure what it is. It's like a flower of some description, but like a scent-giving bag is always best, because then if you don't want to leave it there, you just keep it. It sounds disgusting, but when you're first dating, you probably don't want to go to your boyfriend's house and leave your dirty pad in their toilet bin. You just want to bring it back home without making a fuss out of your bag or smelling your bag out. You can just chuck it in one of those, or like double bag it so the handles are covered, so you just tie it again, and it's got a smell to it, and that smells really nice instead of a gross periody smell. And then you can clean it up and you just put it in the bin when you get home, and no one is aware that you have done that, and no one's going to question you, because you're a girl and you're allowed to do that sort of shit and act weird. And yeah. Okay, the next thing I took with me, this is a bit weird, but they do work. If you are traveling on an extremely long flight, I haven't had to yet, like a 15-hour one, I haven't had to do that. But if you're on a short flight, like a 2.5 hour, and you've got your period, or even if you don't have your period and you just want to freshen up, or you're at your boyfriend's house and you're about to, get it on, or you're in a hotel and you're about to do romantic stuff with your boyfriend, or you're going out for dinner, or you just want to be clean at home or whatever. It is called a Libra Get Fresh Wipe, similar to Femfresh, but I don't use them. But this is just a really nice, clean way to manage yourself and feel fresh down under. Yeah, you just wipe up your mess, or not necessarily mess, but just you wipe yourself and make yourself feel, I don't know, cleaner, fresher, like you've showered, but you haven't. You've just washed your vagina, basically. But yeah, that's what it does, and it has a scent to it. I'm not sure what the scent is, but it comes on the box. They are flushable and they are alcohol free. They're wrapped and they contain chamomile, there you go, for its soothing benefits. Oh, chamomile and cranberry is the scent. So I'm sure that is a lovely smell, and you can also put these in little bags, but you can also just flush them down the toilet, which is fantastic. The next thing I carry is tampons, and I have a beautiful array of colours, so my bag doesn't look ugly, and I've got one down my breasts. So yeah, I've just got some purple, orange, pink and green. The colours have no effect to the size of the tampons, but yes, I find these a lot easier to use when travelling, a lot cleaner, they smell less, there's less things going on down there, you don't have a big pad sitting on your underwear, you don't feel these if you put it incorrectly. Some people they are uncomfortable to, and that's totally normal. It took me about 6 months to start using one, and when my friend got her period in grade 8, she used them for the first time. She's like, oh, I can feel it. And I went home to mum and said, my friend can feel it, is that normal? She's like, no, it's not normal. When you put it in, it should feel like this. So then when it came time for me to do it, I understood that you shouldn't be able to feel it, and it should just sit in there comfortably, and you should feel comfortable with a tampon being inside of your body. So yeah, they just clip open like this, and the packaging just goes straight into the bin, and then the string hangs out, and you should push the tampon up to this blue line inside of you. With these tampons, you actually have to put your finger up as well. but that's where the blood should fill to, that blue line. If it goes past that, it does start overflowing and become a giant mess. I change mine every 3 to 4 hours, but it says 8 hours recommended. But yeah, that's what I use, and I probably have to insert about this much of my finger, like up to my second knuckle. So it's a bit of a disgusting job, but I find it so much more easier than a pad, and they're so much more smaller than pads as well, and so you can use them quickly, efficiently. It's over and done with it going to the toilet. And if you feel embarrassed by the noise of pads or whatever, the tampons are a lot less noise. But then again, you shouldn't feel ashamed when you go to the bathroom or whatever. But yes, I find tampons a lot easier to use when traveling and at home or whatever. The final thing I have with me in my a period traveling bag is this pair of extra underwear. Now these aren't a sexy pair of underwear. They're not a panty liner sort of underwear. They're not a hipster underwear or a boy leg. These are a comfortable pair of granny pants. Now these are stretchy and they bend and they are huge. And I got like a size bigger when I bought these because they're from a cheapo little shop. But they've got cute little pineapples on them, so as long as they're cute, it's okay. But they have a lot of leg space. The tampon or pad part is massive, big enough to fit a night pad on. And this is just for if you forget to pack underpants on your period, or you have a mistake on your period and you just need a little bit of extra, I don't know, like you have a little mistake and you don't want to have a shower but you just want to freshen up, just chuck another pair of these on with your tampon or pad or whatever you're using when you're traveling, and no one knows. Like I took these to school and I had to use them in school and stuff, and no one knew. You just shove them in your pocket, go to the toilet, get the old ones, chuck them in one of these little goodie bags, chuck them in your school bag or your travel bag or your overnight bag or whatever, and no one knows because there's no smell and no mess because they're in a little bag. And then you got fresh ones on, and you could use your wipe if you want, and then you've just got a little deodorant with you, if that's what you carry around with you. But I find having an extra pair of underpants is also always a really good idea, regardless whether you have your period or not, but especially when you have your period, because you could have an overflow accident, or you could forget to pack underpants, or just anything can happen. And I just think it's really good to have an extra pair of undies, a comfortable pair at that. So that is the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I wish I had something like this when I was a younger girl getting my period for the first time. But yes, this is for traveling, at home, at a friend's house, anywhere really. And I just think that, yeah, I hope it's helpful. If it is, comment down below if it was. If you want more videos like this, please leave some ideas below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and yes, I love you if you love me.